y'all, it's Jo. I got tagged in a challenge to answer 10 creator crochet questions. I don't know if that's the official name of it, but that's what I'm saying. Marsha with Mimi's Makes Keepsakes tagged me, and also Ellen's Crochet. So stay tuned. Okay, 10 crochet creator questions. Here we go. How did you learn to crochet? Well, when I was a child, I don't know how old I was. I want to say probably somewhere between 8 and 10 years old. My grandmother taught me to crochet. She, my father's mom. So I have not a lot, but I have a few things that she has crocheted, through the years. But, yeah, so she taught me to single and double crochet, and I wasn't good at it. And, I remember this, and I feel really bad, but I remember her noticing I had a bunch of mistakes because I was just trying to make a square or whatever, and she frogged it out, and I was devastated because she frogged it. Of course, we didn't call it frogging back then, she ripped out my work. And I never wanted to pick up a hook after that. And I wish I had tried again so we could had something to do together, but I didn't pick up crochet again until the fall of 2015. That's when I picked it back up. And I had seen a little sweater that someone made for my granddaughter. And I was like, it was just like a flashback, remembering all the things my grandmother made for my kids as babies, little sweater sets and booties and blankets and hats and all that. And I was like, I bet I could do that if I give it a try again, because I had just became an empty nester. Baby Bear graduated high school, and I think he was either off to college then. Yeah, I think he was off to college. Not far away, but he did have his own apartment and stuff. But then after that, he did move in with friends, so he never came back home. Anyway, yeah, so I decided to give it a shot again. So I went and picked up some yarn. I don't know where I got it, either probably Hobby Lobby, maybe. I just remember it was a red heart yarn, and I remembered that. I remembered my grandmother using red heart a lot, and I remember her using a size 6mm a lot because 6 was J, and J's for Joe. So, and I just remembered that, so I picked up a 6mm and yarn, and I turned on the YouTubes, and I found all kinds of people like Mikey with the Crochet Crowd, Jada and Stitches, Krista Secret Yarnery. Gosh, I can't remember. Margaret. Sheepishly Sharing. I really liked Margaret. Anyway, I found a lot of these people, right? And I started watching videos and learning different things. And I made a little hat, a little diaper cover and stuff. And it was, it's kind of funny to look back on it now. I'll see if I can find a picture and insert, because the hat was a little small and it just went poof. And then, yeah, but, ooh, did y'all hear that thunder? So what was the question? How did you learn to crochet? That's it. Okay, let's move on. What's your favorite thing to crochet? I would say my favorite thing to crochet is amigurumi. Yeah, I would say that is my favorite. You know, but sometimes you get in these seasons, like right now, like I said in my last video, I'm in my granny era, you know? Because life is just, you know, so crazy right now at this stage of my life. Seems like all I can focus on is a granny stitch. But I did do some ammies, you know, and I'm itching to do another one. I get that little itchy feelings like, ooh, I need to create another little cute little plushie or something. So what was the question? I'm going to keep forgetting questions. What's your favorite thing to crochet? Amigurumi. But I make it all. I make hats. I make shawls. I make blankets. Blankets are my least favorite thing to crochet. That's why I think I really kind of enjoy a nicer type of blanket, like that one I did for my aunts recently, the Calming Comfort by the Crochet Crowd. You know, it's one of those blankets that starts out like round in the middle and then it goes square, and it's all kinds of little fancy stitches all the way to the end. I've been thinking about trying the Savannah, Sophie's Universe again. I tried it early on when I picked crochet back up, and I think I got to about this big, like a mandala that big, and I think my stitch count was off in a couple of places, so I put it down and never picked it back up. But I've been thinking about trying that one again. I think it's so pretty. If you could only use one yarn for the rest of your life, what would it be? What kind of question is that? One yarn? Okay, here's my answer. The kind that you can crochet with. I can't pick a yarn? No way. I don't know. Okay, I'll just throw something out there. Let's go with natural fiber. But then that leaves out the amigurumi plushies. Dang it. Okay, I'm sticking with my original answer, the kind that you can crochet with. Okay. Weirdest thing you've ever made? I don't think I've ever shared this with y'all. But when my most recent wedding and my family, daughter-in-law and son, were getting married, my daughter-in-law was going off on her little girls' weekend. And I crocheted. Okay, now you're getting an idea, right, of what I crocheted? I did. I crocheted one. So they could have a mascot. I'll have to insert some pictures. So if you have little eyes, fast forward about 10 seconds. Okay. So here's the picture. And it looked like a gnome. And when you take the hat, the hair comes off with the hat. And you have that. blue feet and everything. Anyway, they got a kick out of it. She said they had the best time. All the girls loved it, and just, you know, they had their little fun weekend. Okay, so I guess that would be the weirdest thing I've ever crocheted. Something I'll never crochet? Why would there be a never? Unless you don't want to crochet anatomically correct parts. But I already did that. I don't think I would ever crochet the other part, the girl part. Yeah, I don't think I would ever crochet that. But I mean, why would you never crochet? I don't know. Okay. Where do you get your inspiration? From y'all. I get inspiration from all the YouTube channels I watch, all the images I flip through on Google. I get inspiration when I go shopping. Like just recently, I saw this, you know, everybody, all the Halloween stuff's coming out now. So I saw this skeleton, I believe at Buc-ee's. I'll insert picture. And I took a picture of it because I was like, that I could crochet something like that. And, you know, put it together. So, you know, the head separate from the body parts, separate from the arm parts, separate. And, you know, and I think they just had like string connecting, you know, like the parts, the one part to the other part, like a little piece of string or whatever. And so I get inspiration from just thinking, just looking at things and thinking, and I take pictures in stores all the time. Maybe if I can find a few more pictures, I'll insert them. But I get inspired by things I see in the store. And I was like, oh, I could make something like that, or I could write a pattern for that, or I could crochet that, you know. So, and then I just love to watch. I don't get a whole lot of time to watch videos, so I don't see everybody, and I don't see every video everybody makes, but, you know, I get lots of inspiration from all of you that I watch out there in the YouTube's land. So, okay, where am I at? What is the favorite thing you made so far this year? Well, I guess that would be the calming. Was that this year? That was this year, right? I finished them this year. The calming comfort blankets that I gave to my aunts. And I guess that would be my favorite things that I made this year. It's such a beautiful pattern. And it was a beautiful yarn that I decided to use instead of changing colors every row kind of thing. And they just loved them, and they were just so, they thought they were so beautiful, and they were just so happy to receive them. So that made my heart happy, and that's what makes favorite things that I crochet. That, am I speaking English? You know, I think that's what makes it a favorite thing, is because how happy it made me feel that they were so happy to receive it. It makes me happy to give, I guess. So, I guess that would be my favorite things. I don't remember when I made this teddy bear. That would be one of my favorite things this year. What else did I make this year? I didn't make a whole lot this year. So, all the little plushies, the Beatrix bee, the little piggies that I showed in my last video. Those are adorable. Okay, so the next thing is crochet plans you're excited about for the future. Writing more patterns. That's got me excited for crochet in the future. Writing more patterns. I really want to do that. I really want to write more patterns. I want to make more tutorials. And maybe in the future, like retirement future, possibly doing like markets. But I don't know. I don't see that anytime soon, but I do love to watch market videos. I love to watch, you know, people who do the markets and their setup and just all the, you know, I just love to hear them talk about it. So that is something that I do want to do. Whether it's going to happen in the next year or two, I don't see it. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Okay. What is the worst thing about crochet? What? Bite your tongue. There ain't no worst thing about crochet. What? No, there is no worst thing about crochet. I can't think of anything bad thing at all, even in all my mess. Because any hobby that you really love, you're going to have like an abundance of materials, right? Because, you know, the only thing I can think of what's the worst thing about crochet is collecting all these beautiful, fine fibers. But why is that a worst thing? It's not a bad thing. So let's just X that question out. Okay. And what's my favorite thing about crochet? Maybe what's the worst thing? Because collecting, collecting yarn, collecting patterns, collecting tools, so many tools, and all the notions, everything. So I think that, yeah, I have a curated collection. So it makes me very happy. And I also love when I finish a project. So when I have a FO, so that's like just about the best feeling, is to actually finish something. And I think that's why I do a lot of quickies. Okay. Okay, bonus. Worst and favorite things about being a crochet content creator. Okay, so here's the dealio with me. I do this as my hobby, as my passion, and I don't put any pressure on myself to get things done, get a video up. Just, you know, I don't feel the need to like be out there in your face, constantly putting videos up. I do them at my leisure and when I feel like it, and because it makes me happy. And I love the feedback I get from y'all, and that keeps me going and gears me up for the next one. And so I think that's not putting pressure on myself to get stuff out there, because this is not a living for me. You know, I do this for fun. This is what I love to do. So I don't make it a business. Although I do have like business. I mean, like, I'm monetized barely. And you know, I have patterns on Etsy that I sell. So it is a business, but it's not like I need to keep it going. You know, I don't drive myself. It's like, if it happens, it happens. No pressure. Okay, so that was it. I answered 10 questions, and then there was a bonus question. I answered that. A worst thing about being, I don't have a worst. I don't like this worst thing part. I'm Xing all the worst questions. Okay. So I think that I was going to nominate, you know, a few creators to do this challenge, but I think just about everybody I know has done it already, because this went around like maybe a couple of months ago. So, I don't know. I think Caroline for Love of Crochet, did you do it already? I think you did. Love her. Let's see. What about, oh, Elaine Brown Crochet. Miss Elaine, why don't you try it? What about, Laura with Mad Mimi's Crochet? Did you do this already? Billy the Crafty Floridian, did you do this already? I'm pretty sure that Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet did, but I can't remember, y'all. Can't remember. I'm in a constant state of brain fog, it seems. So, yeah. So I guess we'll just leave it at that. But thanks, Marcia and Ellen, for tagging me in this. And I guess I will see y'all in the next one. And be blessed. And I'll see you next time. Bye. I usually have a lot of people ask me about my hair when I fix it like this in the twist, like this. So if anybody really wants me to like make a short video of how I do this, it's so easy, y'all. I know you can do it. Just let me know down below if you want me to make a quick tutorial for the twisty hair. Okay. Bye. This one wants all the lovies right now. Did y'all hear that? Can you hear him? Are you snoring? Sweet boy. Can I set you down?